Brother, welcome back to another video. Always an absolute privilege to deliver to you on screen. So today we're going to discuss 3 of the biggest mistakes I made during last year's bulk. And why was this so painful? Because you're bulking anyway. It's fucking uncomfortable bulking. It's a long period of time where you don't get to see the visual lean crispiness in the midsection that you get when dieting. It's not as instant as it is when you're dieting down. You have to suffer for longer. You have to get used to eating more food. You have to blow out, lose a bit of your shape. And overall, it's not the best thing. So do you know what's even more painful than that? Not being so productive when you're bulking and really putting to waste all the effort, the energy, the stress that you put your body through without yielding the greatest amount of gains that you possibly can. I don't want that to happen to you. I fucking don't want it to happen to me again. So we're going to consolidate in this video. These are 3 common mistakes which a lot of people are making. I'm going to give you the caveats on how we ended up getting there, and most importantly, how are we going to get around it so it doesn't happen again. For context, if you're new to the channel, my name is Tom Sergey. I run the Gorilla Platoon. This is a physique transformation program where we get guys in pretty much the best shape of your life. So if that's something you're interested in, there'll be links in the description. We can chat further on a call if it's something that you would benefit from. My promise to you in this video is that you'll know 3 common mistakes that most people make when bulking, and most importantly, how to fix them. If you think I deliver on that promise, then subscribe to the channel at the end of the video. So, the first and the biggest mistake I was making during that bulking phase, I was chasing feeling. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. You're doing an exercise and you're trying to work out, can I really feel this? Is this working? Am I feeling it? And there is a significant problem with that. If you train a muscle, let's say your chest, for example, you can train it so that the exercise is hardest in the lengthened position. You can switch, like this machine here, harder in the shortened position. If it's harder in the shortened position when the muscle is contracted, you will think that it feels like it is working more. So you will chase the feeling. But what's the problem with that? Well, where are you stronger? In the lengthened position or the shortened position? You're stronger in the lengthened position, you're weakest in the shortened position. Which means if you focus on, and all I was really doing was 2 exercises, this with an incline and then the same but a flat plate loaded, both hitting the muscle in the shortened position, leaving a fuck ton of gains off the table, training the muscle in the lengthened position. Like, there's a reason why dumbbells and barbells, my shoulders don't like barbells, but fucking dumbbells have been around for so long. Because they work, they hit the muscle in the lengthened position and you can make a shit ton of gains. If you're always chasing feeling, you're always chasing perfection and trying to pinpoint. And I am all for it. I am all for correct arm path, correct tempo, contracting, shortening the origin insertion points together with the load to make the gains. I'm all for it, absolutely. But when you're just chasing feeling, you will miss out on a lot of gains. Just because you don't always feel it doesn't mean it's not working. Like on exercises where you hit the muscle in the lengthened position, you might not feel it as much. You want to know how to really feel a dumbbell chest press? Go slow on the way down, get the pause at the bottom. You're pulling the fibers apart, you're getting the pause where it's hardest. All you're really doing to come back up is driving your upper arms together to then repeat the process. The money on a dumbbell press is at the bottom, so you want to slow down or slow on the way down and get the pause there. That's how you'll really feel that exercise. But you could probably relate where you've tried like loads of different exercises and thought, oh, it's the feeling, the sensation. If you just chase the sensation, you will leave a lot of gains off the table because you won't be lifting as much as you possibly could do, and you won't be training the muscle where you are strongest. Now, hopefully, if this might be new information to you in terms of short position, lengthened position, just basically think, is the exercise hardest when I contract the muscle, or is it more challenging at the bottom? It depends on the resistance curve of the exercise, will depend on that factor exactly. So don't just chase feeling. Chase overall load and progression week on week. Stick to the main core exercises that have been around for a long period of time and just aim to get very strong on those with correct technique. For any exercise you could think of doing, there'll be a video on my channel that will have gone through it. But just basically think, where does the muscle start? Where's it finish? How do I shorten the 2 together efficiently? Just get strong across those, across your gaining phase, and you will not go far wrong. If you do what I did, just chase feeling, trust me when I say you will leave a lot of gains off the table. The next mistake I made was I pushed food up too quickly and I just pushed it through fats to get more calories in. But remember, the calorie surplus is not what gets you big. Calorie surplus is a tool to support the gym floor performance, which gets you big. Just eating a lot, as you know, will just get you fat. But the surplus is there to support it. Now, carbohydrates are actually your biggest friend when bulking. I could go into a full video on that, but go and check out Renaissance Periodization, all his videos on carbohydrates. Very, very good. Dr. Mike Isetel, very, very good guy. Explains carbohydrates and the science behind it a lot more efficiently than I will, so I won't butcher his work. But just know, carbs are your driving performance in the gym, so you want to push carbs up when you are bulking, not really just shuttling loads of fats in, like for the sake of getting overall calories. Fats, they are important, sometimes they're needed, but the mistake I personally made was I just shot fats up thinking more calories. I was just getting tablespoons of olive oil, good quality olive oil, but just lashing it on top of my meals, and it's just not the efficient. That's not going to get you more gym floor performance and help you grow more tissue. So then really is the juice, is the extra juice, olive oil juice, bringing you out squeeze, i.e. more muscle tissue? Because if it's not, then why are we putting more food in our body? And as you can see, I did just start to end up just pushing out the midsection. Like if I was to turn side on here, this will be further out than my pecs. That's not where you want to be when you're bulking, because then you generally feel fat. But it's honestly just because my chest was so small, because I was just trying to hit it in a fucking short position, chasing feeling. You see how all this is starting to bind together. So how do we fix this mistake then? You will push up food when needed. How will you know where that is? Well, the scale weight has stayed flat for about a week. Your numbers in the gym won't really be progressing as quickly as they could be. They're your two factors that you can then increase food through carbohydrates, probably around the workout. If not, if you've maxed that out, then it's going to be maybe even an intra, but more than likely it's going to be either side of the day, like further away from the workout. So that's absolutely fine as well. So you're going to push an extra 200 calories, 50 grams of carbs to allow for greater performance, to support training the muscle in the lengthened position, getting fucking stronger week on week on week. And that is how you're going to fix point 1 and 2 strapped together. The last mistake I was doing, and I think a lot of human beings are guilty for this, and I think we do this in a lot of other areas of our lives. We will change shit far too frequently based on emotions. I will look in the mirror and decide that, this tricep exercise isn't working, I need to do this one instead. And I did that countless times across loads of different exercises. Not only the exercises, I changed the training split up. And people say it's good to change the training split. Honestly, if you have a good training split, which I believe I have now, you can rinse that out for a year. The exercises stay pretty much the same, and you're going to get a shit ton of gains off that. And this is the analogy I want you to understand. If you change your workout routine really often, you will find that when you go into that new... In fact, let's be specific. Let's say you change from one exercise to another for the same muscle group. You may find that when you go onto that new exercise, you will progress, bang, 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 very quickly. You'll think, this is what I needed. I needed this progression. But this is what you don't understand or don't see, and I've very, very fall foul to this. That initial progression is not actually progression. That is your body getting efficient and more like your neural pathway getting efficient at doing that exercise. When you start to get to the point of resistance and progress slows down, that is when you are making real tangible gains. The jump up to get there was just your body like adapting and getting used to it. Your body could handle here. You started here because you thought it's a new exercise, so it jumps up really fast. And you probably noticed this across maybe when you just started the gym, when you just started a new plan, new exercise, you'll have found this yourself. But actually, where the real gains are made is when you start to hit that sticky point, you have to fucking dig for that extra rep, and then hitting the top tier of the reps, the extra load that you're then going to put on. That's when you're making tangible gains. Now, going back to the point change of the workout routine too often, I never gave myself enough chance to milk the shit out of a certain exercise and also workout routine, frequency and volume, and obviously what we're looking at. I would always pivot, change. So I'd like make a bit of progress, but oh fuck it, we'll change it. Make a bit of progress, oh fuck it, we'll change it. And doing that, you just end up spinning your wheels. You're still burning glycogen, you're still training, you're still doing stuff, but it's like the equivalent of, let's go really extreme, it's like the equivalent, you go into the gym and every time just picking exercises to do. You know for a fact you're not going to make tangible gains just doing that. But then go one better. That's what I was doing. A little bit more calculated version of that. It was written down, it was structured, but it was changed so often. It weren't as bad as the initial example, but it wasn't, like being objective, it probably wasn't that far off. That's honestly one of the biggest things you can do. And where does this come from? You're either two things. You look in the mirror and see yourself and think, I could have bigger X, and then you try and swap that out for something else, or you see somebody else on either Instagram, in the gym, your friends, whatever, either with a certain big muscle part that they've dialed in for probably years, and they're doing some weird exercise. You're like, oh, well, I need to put that in my program, and then you put that in. But then, because that doesn't happen once in your lifetime, it happens multiple times. You'll do that all the time. You'll do it with your diet, and you'll do it with your training. You'll do it with fucking, I don't know, your interest. You'll do it with what career you want to follow. And when you're just constantly, like, changing your plan to fit what you've seen from other people, you can never make true tangible gains. I've spoken in the last video, the art, and I fall foul of this too. This is why I personally have a coach. And recently, I find myself sometimes slipping, and I can feel it. And I'm a coach, and I'm coaching people, and I'm speaking about this, and even I slip because I'm a human being. Like it happens to all of us. And this is why you need somebody who's objectively looking at your data, and being like, "Motherfucker, you are slipping off. You need to get back on. Fix this now." We need to hear that. Fucking right, we need to hear that. So, us as human beings, it just happens. We always like new stuff. We like shiny stuff. We like different stuff. But that's what's going to keep us mediocre. So going back to my point, what I was trying to get to in the last video, your ability to get in very good shape is your ability to focus, stick to one routine with blinkers on, stick to one diet plan with blinkers on, and just absolutely rinse that for a full year, and you will get much better gains than the autist that is trying to find the best workout routine and the best way to contract my rear deltoids when I move my arm in horizontal abduction. Shut the fuck up. It's the person who can just stick to a plan, even if it's slightly wrong, and you stick to it for the longest of time, you will make good gains. To tell you the truth, and to really like make this fitness industry sound simple, any plan will technically work if you max it out for long enough and get strong across it. It will work. Lo and behold, like no exercise is inherently bad. There are always ones that are slightly better if you think about it objectively. But even if it's that bad and you max it for a long time, you'll still make gains. So rest assured. But it's honestly just your ability to stick to the goal, focus on it, do the steps day in, day out, and you will get there. But that is honestly, it is much easier said than done. That's why I outsource that to a coach so I can get coaching so he can make sure I stay accountable. Because I'm focusing on other stuff as well, and my emotions will come in and tell me to do stupid bullshit. Our own brain will always fight against us when we're trying to make it go through some hard resistance to get to the next level. Your ability to focus is fucking everything. So find a training partner that can keep you accountable, stick to it, and just honestly, the best thing you can do is dial in your ability to focus. So they are the 3 mistakes I made during the gaining phase, which were chasing feeling as opposed to chasing progression and load, increasing food too quickly and through fats instead of carbohydrates, and finally changing the workout routine and or exercises far too frequently to make tangible gains. Most people are making these 3 mistakes. Cut them out, fix it as I spoke about in this video, and you will be sweet, you'll be on your merry way. If you found this video useful and I delivered on what I said I would, subscribe to the channel. If you want to work with me personally, then just book a call, there'll be a link in the description. And I will see you tomorrow.